Hello everyone! Welcome to my live painting today. I am going to be painting this huge rain barrel, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am because I have been looking forward to painting this for a couple weeks now. So before I painted this, I primed it with a spray primer that specifically is for plastic, and I am painting it now with different acrylic paints. Now, because this is a project for donation, I'm painting it with acrylics that I bought very cheap at the store. So because they're reimbursing me for all my supplies. So these are just cheap acrylics. So you don't have to spend a lot of money if you want to paint your own rain barrel. I believe besides the rain barrel itself, it was around $50 for all my supplies. And after you're done painting it however you like, you're going to spray it with polyurethane fast drying spray that dries clear. Let me hold it up so you can see it. So I'm very excited. Today I'm going to start painting this really neat forest onto it. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Matthew! Yes, if you guys are popping on, I would love to say hello to you. Go ahead and say hi in the comments, and you guys can join me as I'm painting. So I'm going to pull up an image to look at. I'm going to be painting lily pad forest because I want to keep it Pennsylvania themed because this is for Clarion, Pennsylvania water conservation project. And I want to make sure that I am doing that sort of animals or that sort of a painting for them. So here we go. There we are. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my brushes. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be mixing on the drum itself rather than what you're supposed to do, which is, mix it on the palette and then move it over. So right now I'm going to add some yellow streaks into it, and I am just putting paint directly on the barrel and blending it in. Let's see here. And then I'm going to add some blue into this. I want this blue. There we go, that's what I needed. And that's going to make that blue color that we see. Look at that beautiful teal green. Oh, such a pretty color. So these are like the water rays coming through. When light comes through water, it refracts and it makes these beautiful rays. Get some light in here too. He says it's you're so talented. What? You're so talented, it's clear who gets the creative talent in the family. Both of us do, Lovey. So that's my sister from another mister. And we both are crazy talented, just in different ways. Because we all know that Cynthia cannot, for the life of her, paint or make a wreath, right? I think I'm going to need a bigger brush. Let me grab my bigger brush here. Drop it while it's hot. Drop it while it's hot. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. It's been one heck of a couple years here. And I hope that things are starting to look up for you. I know today we went outside and there were other kids playing on the playground, and it finally feels like Alex can have like childhood, just be outside, and get some things done. Starting to feel a little bit more normal now, which I'm very excited for. Yes, I am painting directly onto my brush. Matt says that's not true. I can make wreaths. I just don't have the correct instructor. If you can teach me how to make a wreath, you can teach anybody to make a wreath, Matt. So if you guys want to know what colors I'm using, this is basic paint from Walmart, and it is called Simply. I'm using dark blue, lemon yellow, and white acrylics. And I'm just mixing them back and forth, how you would see the light refracting to the water. I want it to be rather painterly. I don't want it to look realistic. I love the expression that paint gives you, so I like to maintain that when I'm painting. This is so fun, guys. I don't think you can understand how happy I am right now. Matt says challenge accepted. So that will be an interesting one. We'll have to do a live where you're teaching me how to wreath. Tell me what supplies I need, Matt. You'll have to fix me. Hey, I have a brilliant idea. We'll do one where you teach me how to wreath, and I'll do one where I teach you how to paint. What do you think? I pulled out my big brush for my project. Yep. You know, it's going down when I get my big brush out, guys. I don't often get to paint with my really big brush. I actually started out painting very large, and I've slowly gotten smaller. I started with like 5 feet by 3 feet, or 5 feet by 4 feet was my first painting. Then I went up to 6 feet by 3 feet. Do you see what I'm doing right now? This is not how you paint BT dubs. You do not just put your paint on the brush like that and blend. Oh my gosh, look at that color. It's so pretty. I love it. Oh, I love, love, love it. So I'm very excited about this project. For those of you that don't know, rain barrels help with water conservation. There we go, there's a big squab there. In a way that water filters through soil and filters through, think about all the things that you've put in your ground. Say you have a bunch of weeds that you've sprayed, maybe over mulch, or let's say you were blowing bubbles, or you were washing your car, and all those things seep into the ground, right? Well, when it rains, all those lovely chemicals that we put in the ground, and I'm guilty of it too, everybody is, all those lovely, lovely chemicals that we put in the ground seep into our waterways. But rain barrels help protect our waterways by collecting rain directly from roofs and filtering, or not filtering it, but keeping it from being filtered through all of that. So animal waste, even our waste, and it just helps the environment by lessening our human footprint, really. So rain barrels are amazing. You can get rain barrels for like $25. And this one was given to me by the Water Conservation Project in Clarion for their project that they're working on for Earth Day. But I know that there's a lot you can buy at different like Tractor Supply. I know you can get rain barrels. You can get rain barrels wholesale for fairly cheap that already have the lids on them for you and they're all ready to go. So I think rain barrels are an amazing way and an easy way really to help contribute to lessening our footprint. And you know I'm all about helping animals and saving animals. That sounds fun. I'll put a kit together for you. All right, love, I'll put a kit together for you too. And we'll have to have a crazy day where I teach you how to paint and you teach me how to read. Dear Lord. I hope you know that you have a very large challenge ahead of you, Matt. This is not going to be easy. So I'm squishing my brush in over the lettering that's in here too. And there's lots of imperfections, I guess you could say. In the board. There we go. So I'm just going to continue to go around and around. Almost there, guys. And this is going to be my second base coat. My first base coat was all that dark blue I showed you, which is really phthalo blue, PTH. Phthalo. It's good to do at least 2 layers though before you start working on your actual painting. Otherwise, you'll see that white primer shining through, unless you want to have that effect, and that's totally fine. You can also use all spray paints to paint your rain barrel, if that's what you want to have. That looks neat too. It's totally up to you and your own creativity and your own vision. I've also seen people really make them look like wooden on the outside. Matt asked if I have glue gun, wood cutters, and wire cutters and scissors. Yes, I do. I have all 3. I do not have a summer wreath, so this actually might be perfect for that. I have your spring wreath, that. And if any of you want to join the class that we're doing, you can ask for a kit too, and I'm sure Matt will send you one. I promise it won't look any worse than mine will. And the same goes for me too. If you want me to send you a kit for painting, I would be happy to do that for you. You can paint along with Matt for my painting class. I promise it won't be a rain barrel though. Oh yeah, for a price, not for free. Ugh. Let's see. Let's squeeze out this blue. Woo! We're flicking paint. I don't think I have any paint on this outfit, so it needs to be broken in. Oh my goodness. It's been so long since I've been allowed to paint huge Love it. There's just something so freeing about painting large scale. It's like blobbing the paint on in layers. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit here. Do a couple of yellow streaks. Oh, sorry. I got in front of the camera there. So what I'm doing now is called feathering. My brush is not that wet, and I am blending the colors down into other colors, just like that texture of a feather. A lot of painters will do this when they're painting walls, when they're almost out of paint and they need to get another jug of it. And then that way they won't have like a straight line anywhere. It'll look well blended when they come back in for their next round. I'm having a little bit trouble with those lips there. If you're in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, I would love to paint a rain barrel for you too. All right, here we go. Adding some blue back into it. Hopefully, I'm almost out of this blue. Just to make it look a little bit better blended. Look at that, so pretty. I almost think that this would just be pretty like this too. I love this color combo. Matt says white was not a good color choice to wear tonight. You know, for years and years and years, my mother would never, actually the entire time I lived in my house, my mother would never let me wear white or buy white because I'm a little bit messy. So, you know what I do now? I wear white whenever I want to because I can. And if it gets messy, it gets messy. You know what? All my clothes have paint on them. All of them. And if they don't, I probably don't like that. Probably don't like it. And I don't wear it enough to get paint on it. It's okay. And actually, knock on wood, I haven't gotten any paint on myself yet. I've gotten it on my tables, but not myself. Okay, let's see. That looks well blended. Trying to keep this nice angle going the whole way around too. Oh, love this color. So pretty. All right, so now I'm gonna paint some water lilies. And I'm gonna grab a paint tray for myself really quickly. And that way I can mix some color on here. All right, so I'm using light green and that lemon yellow. And I need a round brush. I also got like Walmart brushes. And you need a little bit of a bigger brush than that. My go-to favorite brush in the entire world. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. It is absolutely my favorite. So these are called Filbert brushes because you can see they're kind of rounded at the top of it. And they're perfect for making like petals and leaves. They are amazing. Put these away here. Look at that. Good. Good stuff right there. Okay. Beautiful. You should always mix your paints with a palette knife. I have to say that because, you know, this is a DIY. And you should know what you're supposed to do at least. Right? It ruins the brushes if you don't mix with your palette knife. Okay. Get some nice water lily shapes in here. Looking at them from underneath, I think I need a little more green actually. Matt says it's very starry nice and gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. I thought about doing 3 cameras so you could see like the whole 3D panorama view. I have a feeling that this is going to go into tomorrow a little bit too, so maybe I'll do that for tomorrow. Kind of adding some stems in here. I am looking at a photo reference by Allegheny. Try to make sure all my photo references I have the name of and also have permission to paint. And then I usually try to, if I can remember, I try to give the artist a shout out because it's just good culture, right? We share art, we grow using others' art. That's how we make even better art. So it's good to support each other. Gonna need a smaller brush here. Fairly soon. Ooh, there's a couple of really cool leaves that come up in the bottom. Around here. Need More yellow. You know where I usually also get paint is in my hair. Okay, let's do nice. Oh, look at that color. Oh, I love it. So beautiful. Anybody wants me to paint a mural in their house like this, just let me know. Could you imagine that on the whole wall? Cannot wait until I own a house. I probably won't be able to resell the house unless it's to another crazy artist. But I have actually done masonite screwed into the wall, so the wall itself is still white. And they're called moving murals, so you can rescrew them into a different wall. Done that before. So the great thing about acrylics is the more you layer it, the brighter and more vibrant your colors get. So I'll put a layer on now and come back and do another layer later and another layer after that. And it'll just become more and more vibrant and beautiful the more you add to it. And I do believe that these stems are going to need to be a little darker. But I'm kind of giving myself a guideline for now of where I want them to be. A couple of like little lilies coming up here. The shapes of these remind me of my pothos. Oh, I love this. Oh, I'm at the other side already. How did that happen? Somebody give me another rain barrel. We'll paint this one this way. And we'll do one coming back. Coming back this way. And it tilts it a little bit. Oh, so beautiful. Okay. I love it. All right, so I'm going to leave it there for now, and I will come back in and paint it later. Even more. Move this over a little bit. You can kind of see. I wonder if I turn this light off, if you'll be able to see it a little better. It's kind of dark. These are very bright colors. Here. Look at that. Oh, that deep green. That is so pretty. I love it. Matt says he's so excited because there's only 57 days. 57 days. That's crazy. All right, my loves. I hope that you have a wonderful day and you continue to be your wonderful artistic selves. I will be back on another day to show you some updates. and probably do a couple more videos as I keep going. Have an awesome night, and remember to be your wonderful artistic selves. Bye, everyone.